about Hawkeyes out here.
Boo! Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I ought to give Iowa a try.
Don't believe I caught your name.
I don't believe I dropped it.
What are you doing here? Why's Mom know you was home?
I didn't know I was myself. How would I know you'd end up in a pretty tame town like this? You were a pretty big slicker when you were in business with me.
Doing it close stairs the way you were. Besides, I got myself a nice comfy room.
Not legitimate, huh? I know you come to no good.
What's new, bitch? You are back in the band business, are you? I thought you was in steam automobiles.
I was.
Well, what happened?
Someone actually invented one.
No.
Now give me the lowdown here, Mars.
You'll never get anywhere in the band business with these stubborn Iowans, Greg. Besides, we got a stuck-up music teacher here who will expose you before you get your grip passed.
Male or female?
Music teacher? She's the librarian, female.
Perfect. If she passes by, point her out to me.
I will. How you gonna start the pitch?
Same old way. Knock the music teacher off balance, and then my next step is to get your city out of the trouble it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. I'll have to create a desperate needs for a boys' band. Do you remember? What's new around here? What can I use?
Nothing. Except the billiards parlor just put in a new pool table.
They never had a pool table here before?
No, only billiards.
That'll do. Either you're closing your eye to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you're not aware of the caliber disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, I say, trouble right here in River City. Why, surely, the Philly place, certain mighty proud to say, I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with the key of my hand are golden. How to cultivate horse sense, cool head, and a keen eye. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in the table. Pockets that mark the difference between the gentleman and the bum with the capital P, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on where both around that? Oh, they'll be trying out Biba, trying out Cuba, trying out tailor-made like cigarette fiends, and brag now how they're gonna talk a telltale breath with Stimson. One fine night, they leave the pool hall headed for a dance at the dark. Libertine men, scarlet woman, and ragtime. Shameless news dad got your son, your daughter, with a arm of the jungle and releasing mass hysteria. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground. Trouble!
Oh, we got trouble!
Right here in River City!
Right here in River City!
With a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool!
We surely got trouble!
We surely got trouble!
Right here in River City!
Right here!
Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school.
Our children still have
Mothers of River City, heed the warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The moment your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Are certain words creeping into his conversation? Words like swell and so's your old man. So my friends, you got trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
With a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
With a T.
Capital T.
With a capital P.
Capital T.
That stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
Now, just a minute. Will you allow me to get on with the exercises?
Let's protect our children.
Yeah!
Resist any corruption.
Yeah!
Mind the devil, keep our young boys pure.
Yeah!
May I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal with the trouble, friends, with the wave of my hands and fairy hands. Please observe me, if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize the River City Boys Band. Oh, think, my friends, if at any pool table, hope to compete with the gold tempo. Ra, 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 ra. Remember, my friends, with a handful Oh, yes, it's a boys' band. You hear me? I said River City's gonna have a boys' band, and that meeting will need it today. So Professor Harold Hill's on hand. River City's gonna have a boys' band. Sure as the Lord made living green up, and that band's gonna be in uniform. Look, Jenny, Wilma, Teddy, Fred. And you'll see the glitter crashing cymbals, the rolling drums, the shimmer trumpets, dun-da-da. And you feel some electric thrill I once feel. When Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great Theodore, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town for a same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade with 110 cornets close at hand. They're followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones got the morning sun with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper bottom, timpani, and horse too. Thundering all along the way. Double bell, euphoniums, and big bassoons. Each bassoon having a big fat stake. There were 50 mounted cannons in the battery. Thundering, louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters who'd improvise, full octave higher than the sky.
Ringleader, what he does, the gang does.
Diesel Pete, let me go! You wild kid, ya! Tagging down mates to death my oldest girl last Sunday?
I would neither tagging.
Don't you contradict me!
Diesel Pete was just walking together.
You want Jeffersology. I know what you was doing my little braces scene now. Now you stay away from my oldest girl, or you'll hear from me till who laid the rails. Hill, I'll talk to you Monday morning about this band thing. Over at City Hall, 10 o'clock, sharp. And then I want to spell my connections.
Constable, I will be responsible for the boy.
You don't know this kid. He's tough and he's got his gang waiting outside.
I'll show you how to break up a gang. Oh, young lady. Oh, miss, what's your name?
Zanita, I don't have any idea you expect me to guess.
Do you know Tommy Gillis?
Why?
Tommy, this is Anita. Escort this young lady home. By way of the table.
Yes, sir. Do I have to?
You have to.
Yes, sir. Professor, you're a pretty bright young fellow, but you made a couple mistakes.
Oh?
The mayor happens to own the billiard parlor and the new pool table.
What was my other mistake?
That's Anita. She's the mayor's oldest girl.
Just a minute there. We need your work, academic certificate. Nothing of the kind. You learn to think. Make you move on.
What am I hearing? Say ice cream. Okay then, talk down here. Talk slow. Now you right here. Now you start. Ladies, you will not see one without the other three.
I'm afraid you're incorrect, Professor. These men have hated each other for 15 years.
Ice cream. How can there be any sentences here? Aren't we sincerely in love? We're in love. I've got wonderful caramels over the hotel if you'd.
Mr. Hill?
Professor Hill.
Professor of what? At what college do they give a degree for annoying women on the street on a Saturday night, rowdy public dance hall?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana, old man of class of all 5.
Even if that should happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? And another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not so easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some people in this town. And I think it is only fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in which you may very well give me some interesting information about you.
Mr. Hill, we're all a god, simply a god.
On the Kavee.
I'm Ethel Toppelmeyer.
And this is Mrs. Scribes and Mrs. Hicks. And of course you met our mayor's wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin. Isn't it exciting, Eulalie?
Oh, I couldn't say. Oh, no, I cannot say. No, I cannot say at this time. My husband will be wishing to investigate, I'm sure, and naturally, I'm reticent. Oh, yes, I'm reticent.
Oh, I understand that, Miss Shin. But you see, part of my music plans include do that again, Miss Shin.
Well, I have a bunion there that bothers.
Oh, what grace, what natural flow of rhythm, what expression of line and movement. You must accept the chairmanship of Ladies of Zone Dance.
Mr. Hill?
Mustn't she, ladies?
Eulalie McKechnie Shin. Ah, well, that is dancing well.
Then you accept?
Yes, indeed. I would like to say.
Now, the young lady who plays the piano, Miss Peru, after all, she does play the piano, and she is the librarian.
Professor, her kind of woman doesn't belong on any committee. I shouldn't tell you this, but she advocates dirty books. And the worst thing, of course, I shouldn't tell you this, but
The man lives on my street. Let me tell.
Stop! I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town till she came here. Old miser Madison.
Miser Madison? Madison Picnic Park? Madison Gymnasium? Miser Madison Hospital? That Miser Madison?
exactly. Who do you think he was anyway?
Well, I should say show off. Gave the town a library too, didn't he?
That's just it. He left the library building in the city.
But he left all the books to her.
She was seen going and coming from his place.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles. By George, not that he could ever be great, but
Oh, is that so? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
you see, all the really great cornet players were Irish. Oh, Clark, oh, Mendez, oh, Klein.
Professor, we are Irish.
No, really? Sign here, Miss Prue. Your son was made to play the cornet. Fine, that'll be $7. Earnest money. Nothing more due until opening a band practice. Oh, I'll also need measurements for his band uniform.
His uniform?
Hello, son. Would it have a stripe? Certainly. A wide red stripe running on each side. What do you think of that?
Professor, you'll have to excuse Winthrop. We can't get him to say 3 words in a day even to us. So, if you get him to play in the band, it'll be a miracle. Where are you from, Professor?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
What's she now?
Yep, gold medal class of odds 5. Hello, Miss Marion.
Mr. Hill,
He wants to put Winthrop in the band.
do you barge into everyone's home like this?
Marion!
We're not interested.
Why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Professor, I do hope you'll excuse Marion. She's not
Miss
really...
Prue, I'm sure at heart she is as lovely as yourself. Good day to you, Miss Prue.
Good day to you, Professor. Marion Peru.
Has he gone?
I hope not forever. Darling, don't you ever...
You'll each receive individual instructions in due course. In the meantime, stay off the streets and get well acquainted with your instruments. And remember the minuet and G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Sister, I never thought I'd ever be anything so scrumptious as this scrumptious solid gold thing, oh sister.
Round one for you, Mr. Hill. But I better hear some by-gad tooting out of them horns in pretty short order, or I'll see you in front of the grand jury. Now, Miss Marion, about that book.
Come, George.
Hold on, gotta get something from the librarian. About that book.
I've never seen Winthrop so happy. Thank you, Professor Hill.
My pleasure, Miss Prue.
Start her up, Mr. Washburn. Wait till you see the receptor Mr. Hill caught us. All right, what'll it be? The Shabuki! Shabuki!
Spooky.
Reform school. Now get out! Get out, you wild kid!
Papa, it's capitalist like you that make pleasure right in this sea again.
You walk to the college, young woman. Go home.
Mr. Mayor, I want you to know I am vouching for Tommy Hill. He's got the confidence like every boy in this town. Before you know it, you'll be waiting to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather on wheelchairs on account of the broken legs they'll get from tripping over their fears. I'll tell you something, my fine young feathered young, never mind. Oliver, JC, Eeyore, Owen! I want those man's references and I want him tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slippier than a Mississippi sturgeon.
Professor Hill, I think Mayor Shinton behaved abominably, and I think it was wonderful for you coming to Tommy's defense tonight.
A man can't dodge every time when a little personal risk is involved. What does the poet say? A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A brave man, only 500.
I just wish I was a little more informed. I've been wanting to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
Is cornet mother of pearl keys?
I'm sure it's fine. He tells me about some think system that if he thinks the minuet in G, he won't have to bother with the notes. Now, Professor...
Miss Mary, the think system is a revolutionary method, I'll admit. But you see, I can't discuss these things here in public. If you may allow me to call, when may I call?
Why do you like this week?
Go get the rig.
I got it.
What time does the freight go?
9:40 from the junction.
Okay. Well, it's not even 8:30 yet.
Look, you want to turtle around town and get yourself caught in a trap? You go ahead, but...
Don't worry, Mars. I'll be at the hotel in plenty of time.
But you said 15 minutes.
Well, I should say you're about 26 years late. Took you all this time to get to the footbridge with the fella?
You want to know the truth. It was almost longer.
Oh?
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I suppose I'm not the first to find it easier to think clearly when not under the spell of your salesmanship.
Mary, you don't really think I've been selling you anything.
No, you've given me something. That's why I decided to come.
Marion, I don't recall giving.
Yes, you have. Something beautiful.
Marion, Excuse me, I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. This could be it. Now what?
Salesman here. Sounds like she's selling in your time.
I had to tip her off balance, didn't I?
Well, she's so far off balance that you can't tell her from a cat bone in a hurricane.
Go get the rig. Never a peaceful moment in band business, is there? Now, where were we?
You were about to tell me all the things that I don't know about you.
Well, we don't have to get that into there now, do we?
No, we don't. Or ever, for that matter. The librarian hasn't felt like doing much research lately, but she did plenty when you first came here.
Oh, about what?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory of Music, gold medal class about 5. Harold, there wasn't any Gary Conservatory, not 5.
Why, there was certainly.
Because the town was even built till '06. I'll see you at the sociable.
You knew all the time?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came.
Why, you little...
Greg! The rig, he isn't anywhere here. Let's try down by the creek.
Hey, wait a minute! Hey, wait a minute here, son.
I'm not your son! Leave go of me!
Not not till I talk to you for a minute.
I won't listen. You wouldn't tell the truth anyway.
Would too.
Would not.
Would too. Tell me anything you would want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty, rotten crook?
Yes.
Leave me go, you big liar!
What's the matter with you? You wanted the truth? No, I'm bigger than you, so you might as well get over it. There are two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a great kid. And that's the reason I wanted you in band. So you quit falling for yourself. Sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's a band, kid.
What's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, the other thing isn't any of your business now that I think of it.
I wish you'd never come to River City!
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe him?
I believe every word he ever said. The way every kid walked around all summer and looked and acted, especially you, and the parents too. Does Mama wish you never come to River City?
Well, you do, didn't you?
No, I don't. Now go, Harold, please.
Go on, Professor. Hurry up.
I can't go with Rob.
Why not?
For the first time, I got my legs caught in the door. Quick! They're here! That way! That way!
Go on, Professor, that way, that way! Professor!
Virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those, as I have heard, who are melting tar and twisting feathers, I will not say them nay.
Well, I should think there ought to be some of you who forget our everlasting Irish stubborn chip-on-the-shoulder arrogance long enough to remember the River City before Harold Hill arrived. Do you remember? Well, do you? Surely some of you ought to be grateful for Harold and what he's done to River City. And if so, I should think you'd want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here. If there's a person in this entire hall who doesn't think this man Hill should be tarred and feathered, please step forward. You lady, step back! Have you people forgotten how you bought expensive uniforms, technical instruction books, and high-priced band instruments? Have you people forgotten the clear understanding and warranty that your children would be taught to play in a band? Well, where's the band? Where's the band?